Well, hi, Grace Church of Rolla,
Hello.
Pastor Dave, Diane. We are so grateful to have this opportunity to bring you this update. The city we're in today, Kinshasa, the capital, 19 million people in this city, so it's the largest French-speaking city in the world.
Just thinking about it.
So the last campus we launched was here in Kinshasa in 2021 with 315 students and have had already over 200 local churches. Some of the most influential churches have sent their leaders, the cream of the crop,
Yeah.
to be trained. And so it's just been a privilege and an honor to be a part of that. In July of 2024, the new Minister of Justice in this nation issued a decree requiring every pastor to have a bachelor's degree, a recognized bachelor's degree in theology in order to be able to serve as a pastor in this nation. And so it was an opportunity for us to be able to realize, okay, this is the time that we need to really push this forward in the spirit. So we had
And God had really been pushing us. It was like we had this urgency that this needed to go and we needed to do it quickly. And one of the words that he said was, "Don't hesitate."
Wow. Quelle journée.
But we just want you to know, Grace Church of Rolla, through your love, through your prayers, your support, and through the kingdom builders, you're playing a
Huge impact.
They said unless we had a letter from someone higher up in the government,
Then the Minister of Education.
yeah, it would have to be higher than the Minister of Education. We wouldn't be able to go forward with the project. The good news is we happen to know the president of the presidential cabinet. So pretty much second in charge of the nation in that regard. He wrote a letter to the Minister of Education with a CC to the President of the Republic, the President's wife, the Prime Minister of the Congo, the Minister of Education, and the Ministry of Private Education, basically saying that they wanted them to do everything possible to help our we say en notre dossier, our file, to be moved forward. So that was divine favor, just amazing. Good news is we had the favor of the presidential cabinet leader. We had the favor with the Ministry of Education. But one of the other things that was kind of hanging up for us was we really needed new facilities. And that is because in order to be considered a university, you have to have facilities which are deemed adequate. So for months, the last few months, our team's been working hard trying to locate a property. Property is hard to find here and it's very expensive. But again, through some of the contacts we had at the Office of the Presidency, one of the pastors we had met when we were preaching in the private service at the president's home, it was a relative of the president who happens to also be one of the president's counselors. He actually leads a department of changement de mentalité, the department for the changing of Congolese mentality. So anyway, we were just sharing with him in his office, hey, you know what? We're really needing a new place to be able to launch this new school. We've been running into some walls, and he just picked up the phone, made a phone call, and we didn't know who he was calling. He said, hey, where can we put a new theological school on our university campus? And the guy says, well, we've got place for him here, here, and here. And so come to find out, this is a well-known scientist here in the Congo who's working on all kinds of amazing projects, actually, with satellites and the like. But he is also the president of a university. And so they have opened the door for us to be able to launch with two large buildings on their university complex.
So 1 week ago today, we signed the contract.
And the president of the university handed me the contract, and there was a picture of the president of the Congo on the wall. He goes, this is signed really in the name of the president, and that means you're protected for the length of this contract. Even if I'm not here, even if there's a new president that's elected, they can't throw you out. So everything we've done up to this point, the same spirit of faith, the DNA of everything we've been and done, none of that changes. The only thing that changes is now we're going to be able to add, as a matter of fact, what we'd like to say is we're going to take the spirit of faith and marry it with academic rigor and be able to really equip the people here to be able to defend their faith. On top of it, we're going to be able to offer that diploma, which is recognized by the state, and also be able to add a master's program soon. And eventually, we're going to keep going in that direction as well. Our long term would love to be able to even offer doctorates to these people in the French language. So, but we really believe that lasting change is going to come through the church. And lasting change is going to come through raising up leaders of integrity, leaders that know the word, they know the spirit, but they also are able to walk in that, in ethics and integrity. That's going to be the game changer long term for this nation. Grace Church, we love you, and you guys are a huge part of all of this.